This week's topic comes from Jackie, who wanted to know how to embrace failure, which means this week's topic is about embracing failure, the pathway to success. In the previous video, we talked about how I got through failing. In this video, I'm going to talk about how I made it through failure to find success. In the next video, I'm focusing on a time I embraced failure to find success. And in the next video, we're going to meditate. In the last video will be the Fridity or the Friday Ditty, where I bring it all together and I get a little poetic and nerdy, making sense of the journey. All these videos will appear in the playlist Embracing Failure, the Pathway to Success. So if you have a question like Jackie did, comment below or DM me on Instagram. I'm Angela, and this is me making sense of myself. The question I'm starting with today is, when is a time you made it through failure and found success? So, a time I made it through failure and found success. I think this is a really hard question for me to answer because I persevere and I'm a little bit tenacious. So I think that means I'm a little bit determined to finding success. And okay. So I went, I think that I talked about it last week. So I was teaching some kids in some teenagers in a class at church, and I was at the same time learning new tools and different ways to connect through asking questions, and really bottom line is genuinely being interested in people, but it's like I was making it probably a little bit harder than it had to be. And what happened was I miserably failed at connecting with these kids. And yet, I went into other areas of my life and I was able to connect with other groups and in other situations. And I'm pretty proud about that I kept trying. What emotional challenges did you overcome to find success? I think the emotional challenges that I had to overcome to find success was shame and putting myself down, being mean to myself that I failed. It would have been really easy for me to say, well, I failed here. And because I failed there, therefore I'm just no good and I can't even try to do this in other areas. I'm not going to get better at it. And because I didn't get it the first time, I'm done. Well, that's me shaming myself, and it doesn't really work, especially when I want to have a growth mindset and I know that learning includes failure. So if I can look at it as, oh, well, that's not the way to do this, but maybe over here, this is a better way, that's helpful. What did you notice in the people around you as you overcame the challenge? Well, my goal was to connect with people. So what I started to notice is I started to have deeper relationships. And so I noticed that they were coming to me, asking me questions, and we were starting to connect on a deeper level, which was really beautiful. And it's something I cherish today, that I know I can walk through that fear, because I also struggle with feelings of loneliness and depression. So to walk through that and to connect is a big deal for me. What signs will you look for to know you're shifting from failure to success? I think I will look for embracing the failure. Asking the signs I'm going to see in me, I think, is that I'm willing to ask questions. Also that I'm willing to reach out and say, hey, I'm having trouble with this. I need help. Can you help me, or can you inform me on other ways to do this? Or help me succeed at it, right? So these are signs I'm going to see. And that I'm willing to do research. Maybe I'll notice that I'm reading more books or listening to more podcasts so that I can gain more stories or ideas on how I can do it better. And I think that's really key to moving from failure to success. So don't be afraid to fail, but also if you have access to tools and knowledge from other people, I think use that. And that's what I'm working on doing, is gaining those the tools and that knowledge from other people so that I can get better at failing intelligently. So I would love to hear from you. When have you embraced failure and found success? These videos will be located in the playlist Embracing Failure, The Pathway to Success. I'm Angela, and this is me making sense of myself.